Hello everyone, my name is Santoshi. I'm studying in BTech first year in the branch Information Technology in Vishnu Institute of Technology Bhimavaram, which is affiliated to JNTU Kakinada, and today I'll be explaining about control structures.
Control structures. Control statements in C are programming constructs that are used to control the flow of execution in a program. They allow a programmer to specify conditions that determine which statements are executed and which are skipped, to loop through statements until a condition is met, or to jump to a different part of the program. In C, there are three types of control statements. The first one, selection or conditional statements. In that we have simple if else, nested if else if ladder, and switch statement. In the second one, iteration statements. In that we have while loop, do while loop, for loop, and in the third one, jump statements. We have break, continue, and go to. Simple if statement. If the given condition is true, then the statements inside the body of if will be executed. If the condition is false, then the statements inside the body of if will be skipped. The syntax for it is if, in the brackets we write condition, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statement that has to be executed, and we'll close the parenthesis. If else statement. If else selection statement specifies different actions to perform when the condition is true or false. The syntax for it is if, and in the we'll write the condition in the brackets, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statements, and then we'll close the parenthesis. And this will happen if the condition above is true. Then we'll write else, and then we'll write the statement that has to be executed if the condition above is false. Next, nested if else statement. Nested if else statements test for multiple cases by placing if else statements inside if else statements. Now, the syntax for it is if, in the brackets we write the test condition 1, and then we'll open the parenthesis, and in that we'll write the if again. Then we'll write the test condition 2 in the brackets, and then again we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statement 1, and this will be executed if the test condition 2 is true. Then we'll close the parenthesis and we'll write the else statement, and we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statement number 2. This will happen if the test condition 2 is false. Then we'll close the parenthesis, and then we'll write else, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statement 3, and then we'll close the parenthesis and we'll write the statement x. Now next is the else if ladder. The if statements are executed from the top down. As soon as one of the conditions controlling the if is true, the statement associated with that if is executed, and the rest of the ladder is bypassed. If none of the conditions is true, then the final else statement will be executed. The syntax for it is if, and in that we'll write the condition 1, and we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statement, and we'll close the parenthesis, and then we'll write else if, and we'll write the condition 2 in that brackets, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statement, and this will go on, and then we'll write else at last, and we'll open the parenthesis and write the statements, and then close the parenthesis. The second one, iterational statements. Loops in programming are used to repeat a block of code until the specified condition is met. A loop statement allows programmers to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times without repetition of a code. Looping statement in C is classified into two types: entry control loop, while, for. In the exit control loop, do while. In the while loop, an iteration statement, also called a repetition statement or loop, repeats an action while some condition remains true. The syntax for it is while, and in the brackets we write the condition, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statements. Then we'll write the increment or decrement, and then we'll close the parenthesis. The second one is the do while loop. A do while loop in C is similar to the while loop, except that the condition is always executed after the body of a loop. The loop executes at least once. It is also called an exit control loop. The syntax for it is do, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statements, and then we'll write the increment or decrement, and then close the parenthesis, and then we'll write while, and in the brackets we'll write the condition. Now next, for loop. A for loop is a more efficient loop structure in C programming. The general structure of for loop syntax in C is as follows. For, and then in the brackets we'll write variable initialization, and we'll use the semicolon, and condition and semicolon, and increment or decrement, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statements, and then we'll close the parenthesis. Next is the switch statement. The switch statement in C is an alternate to if-else ladder statement, which allows user to execute multiple operations for the different possible values of a single variable called switch variable. Here, we can define various statements in the multiple cases for the different values of a single variable. The syntax for it is switch, and in the brackets we write the expression, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the case 1 statements and then break, and then case 2 statements and then break, and this goes on, and we'll write default at last and then statements again, and then we'll close the parenthesis. The third one, jump statements. Break. The break in C is a loop control statement that breaks out of the loop when encountered. It can be used inside loops or switch statements to bring the control out of the block. The break statement can only break out of a single loop at a time. Keyword break is used. Continue. The continue statement in C is used in loops to skip the current iteration and move on to the next iteration without executing the statements below the continue in the loop body. Continue keyword is used. Go to. The C go to statement is a jump statement, which is sometimes also referred to as an unconditional jump statement. The go to statement can be used to jump from anywhere to anywhere within a function. Syntax of go to. Label, and then we'll open the parenthesis and we'll write the statements, conditional statements, and go to label, and then we'll close the parenthesis.
Special thanks to our chairman sir Sri K.V. Vishnuraj Garu for providing Vishnu platform, our director Dr. D. Suranarayana sir, our principal Dr. M. Renu sir, our vice principal Professor M. Sri Lakshmi ma'am, basic science HOD Dr. V. Ramadevi ma'am, last but not the least, wonderful guidance and support by subject handling faculty B. V. N. Rani ma'am.